It's Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Get up!
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. He'll take it at the 42. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They get it to him running left. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
That's his 3rd field goal now with the ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Buying time. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Falcons grab it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw on 3rd down. Ryan. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Jonathan Bostic in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Here's Matt Bosher now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They start with a give to Connor. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the penalty, it's Bell. Dances by him. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Bell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll look to throw. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. He'll look to throw. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game,
he takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Smith-Schuster now to return. A beautiful fake. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And this return's going to go backwards about 8 yards, but the interception is good, and they have the football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Bryant heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done.